Okay, boys, welcome to episode 2 of the rebuild. Today we are looking at the January transfer window. We've got a live come as well. We are going to be playing Chelsea at home. Form has been tough recently, loads of injuries, 4 players gone, 2 loanees in, and also the permanent deal for Matata has been done. Also, I've offered a contract to a young player that I just saw in the under-18s and I didn't want to let go. Thank you to everyone who's watched episode 1 so far. If you haven't watched episode 1 yet, link up there, give that a watch first. Sets the scene for how this save is working, and a shout out to all the Patreons that are running across the bottom of the screen. Links to that down below if you want to support the channel. Okay, let's get into episode 2 of the rebuild. Alright boys, welcome back to the channel. Here we are, episode 2 of the rebuild. Thank you very much for your support. What I want you to do is smash a like on today's video for me. Let me know what you think to the summer dealings, winter dealings. Decided not to spend any money. We've kind of have spent some just based on the deal for Matata going through. I think it was once he'd played 20 games, it was inevitable. And I thought we can't go through the season without playing him just because the other strikers are pretty shit. He's costing us 13.25. He's only 23 years old. I think he's got some nice attributes. I'm not too happy with his work rate and stuff, but as an advanced forward, yes, does mean that we maybe look at using him as an advanced forward next season, bringing in a big, strong sort of like target man, deep lying. I'm looking more of a deep lying forward rather than a target man, someone who will get in the pockets a little bit. We may even go with a 4-3-3 and have Eze and Wilf sort of like pushing up into sort of like inside forward areas. Remember, it has to be a low block. So we've played Matata to trigger the mandatory clause in his contract, in the loan deal, so he'll join at the end of the season. Wayne Hennessy's there, he's leaving at the end of the season. The loanees we have got in are, number 1, Reece Nelson. I think possibly we can do another loan next year. Very good player, 16 pace, 15 dribbling. We're losing Andros Townsend. We're a little bit short in those areas, especially when Eze, Wilf plays up front a lot, Wilf Sahar. Eze kind of fitness-wise is not the greatest. Andros Townsend is released at the end of the season. So I think another loan for him next season will be good. We're paying all of his wages, but no monthly fees. And then the other one we've got in mainly just to be like a complete backup. I've used this guy in my Special One series with Porto and he was superb. 18 years old, Francisco Conceição. Just an out-and-out winger, really. Left-hand side, I've been using him on 17 dribbling, 15 first touch. His physicals aren't great, but he's come in a nice goal, a nice cross as well for one of the other goals for his assist. So, yeah, not much, just more of a just to see us through to the end of the season. Now, on the outs, these players were already leaving, but we managed to get deals done. So Patrick Van Aanholt has gone. He's gone to CSK Moscow, someone off the wage budget, all these massive wage, not so much Joe Ward, he was going anyway, but 400k for him. Remember, these guys have only got 6 months left. Sacco, we got 3.4 million for him. Now we are paying, now we are paying 48 grand of his wages. He was on over £100,000 a week, so we are paying 48,000 of it until the end of the season. But it made sense to get him off. We haven't played him. Burnley are currently playing £950 a week. His contract is out at the end of the season as well, so I don't know what they're actually going to do with him when his contract expires. They've bought a guy. I think that's a bit of an FM glitch, but I'm glad to get rid of him just because it saves a little bit of money. A little bit of money in the coffers. It's kind of helped pay for some of the money that's gone towards Matata. And then Gary Cahill, he was on another big contract. We're not paying any of his wages, which is good, but I think in all we had to pay him 325,000 to get it. No, 275,000 to get him away. So we only made 75,000, but with the wages saved, we were saving 2.4 million just on his wages. So it made sense to get him off the books, help us financially once again. He wasn't playing. Remember, with Sacco, we've strengthened in there in the summer anyway with Hamamovic and Peric. We've still got Tompkins as a shit backup, basically. Nathan Ferguson's a player that I'd like to use a little bit more. He can play there. Martin Kelly can play there. We've got no other sort of like cups in terms of the League Cup. We're not playing Europe, so we don't need the biggest squad in the world. Kayate, to be fair, could go in there and do a very, very good job. No doubt about that. Okay, they are the transfers. The form has been frustrating. Obviously, we picked over the last 10 games. We've had a little bit of an indifferent run. We did a pretty good job at the start of January, wins against teams we should be beating. Really disappointed though to go out of the FA Cup, getting through to extra time and then them scoring 3 goals in extra time. Aston Villa seemed to be a bit of a bogey team, Villa. We've then drawn against against Everton in the league. Once again, we left it late, 1-0 down, then 1-1. We've got an 85th minute, which we thought was going to win it, and Gylfi Sigurdsson scored a 90+2. Aston Villa 4-1 in the league, absolutely battered. So a little bit of a worry at the moment. And then Wolves away, as again, a team that we beat earlier on in the season, 4-1. We've started shipping in goals, 3, 2, 4 and 4. And today is Chelsea. The next 3 games, look, Chelsea, Arsenal, Manchester United. We've missed a lot of players. A lot of players have been out injured. We're currently missing Schlupp, Zaha, Townsend's been injured. Batshuayi can't play today. Eze's missed a couple of games as well because of injury. Hadamovic has missed through suspension. Mitchell's missed because of injury. So it's been tough. It really has been tough. I'm still rocking with the box-to-box midfield, by the way. Thank you to all the comments. The familiar thing was a box-to-box and a deep-line playmaker. We may go down that route at some point. I'm mainly doing this because of the players that we've got. I haven't really got a deep-line playmaker who can do that. Riederwald is a player that can do it, but he's not. He's very average. I do want to get rid of him at the end of the season. See if we can get anything around 10 million for him would be sweet. I don't think that's going to be a thing, though. So we may look at going 4-3-3 next season. It's all going to depend on what players we can come in. We're still going to stick with the low block, but it'll be solely based on what players we get in. Any recommendations? I need bargains. I don't want to know WONDERKIDS. Not too bothered about WONDERKIDS. Bargains. Bargain signings at the end of season 1. Drop them down in the comments. I'm going to say 5 million and under. Help me out. This is your opportunity to help me out on this save. Get him in the comments because we're going to have to do some signings in the summer. Right. Let's go with... So we're going to go with Nelson. Everyone else is fit. I have played Nathan Ferguson at right back a little bit, but he's really struggled. I think going forward, we need to get a new right back in the summer, and then we just look at using Nathan Ferguson as a bit of a backup to the right back area and the centre back areas. McCarthy has grabbed himself 3 goals, so he'll play today. Mihailovic does all right. Eze's had a decent enough season, only 3 goals in 23 appearances. Now we need a little bit more. We need a little bit more from him. I think we will look at moving him further up the pitch. I am maybe thinking about a sort of inside forward with Wilf and Eze, quite narrow, starting in these areas, but then obviously cutting in something like that potentially with an extra man in midfield. Maybe get rid of the deep line forward, get an extra man in midfield, maybe an advanced playmaker, something like that. Someone who's going to create either side of 2 aggressive box-to-box midfielders potentially. Right, Batshuayi can't play, so we've got the options of Ayew, Wickham, Benteke. You want to see Benteke, don't you? You want to see Big Christian. He's shit. He's proper shit. 5. He's on an average of 6.45. He's Jordan Ayew. But once again, to be fair, he's a lot better, isn't he? Maybe not as a deep line forward, though. We'll go with Big Christian. We'll bring Ayew on if we need to. So there we go, boys. We're a little bit short in areas. I have called up this goalkeeper. He's going to be potentially my number 2 goalkeeper next year. Joe Whitworth, youngster, because we're losing a lot of goalkeepers. We've got Butland, happy with him as number 1. So I thought, yeah, let's just have this guy as our number 2. We may even send him out on loan somewhere next season and get an old veteran in as a backup keeper. Send him out on loan so we get some game time, then bring him back for season 3 as the number 2. And then the player that I've actually offered a deal to is 17-year-old John Kiyami Gordon, 5'10". He's not. It says 4-star potential. He's got a few nice statistics in a few areas in terms of his first touch, dribbling, heading's not bad. 5'10", jumping reach. To be honest, it's more of just making sure we hit registration rules and stuff. And I thought, look, if he's going to maybe be just good enough to be a 3rd choice striker, trained at the club. We'll see. At the moment, he's not got enough pace. He's not got enough work rate or vision. We're just relying on maybe his finishing to improve, some of these physicals to improve to an adequate, and he may become half a backup. Everyone else, though, is complete garbage. So there's him and one of the other youngsters that we've got in the squad. His deal runs out at the end of 2023, so no issues about that just yet. Adara Molo. 17-year-old Irishman, first season at the club, pace 15, left back. Yeah, he's going to be probably an adequate backup, I think, once again, going forward. if we've got to look at where we're strengthening in areas, and if I can maybe get away with Mitchell being my number one left back next year, maybe we just call up Adaramola early and use him as a backup. Let me know your thoughts down below. Right, let's get into the Chelsea game. We were unfortunate at Stamford Bridge, losing 1-0 to a penalty from Tino Werner. We need a response today. We want not a clean, well, we do want a clean sheet. I'd take a clean sheet, but just better defensively. So they've got Reece, Zuma, Silva, Chilwell, Kante, Havertz, Mount, Hudson-Odoi, Pulisic and Tammy Abraham. A very strong side. One of the best squads in the world, Chelsea, but are struggling a little bit. They're down in 8th. They've had a really poor season. I can't believe Tuchel's actually still in a job, to be honest. Right, Nelson. Good positive run. Oh, it was a tame effort. And to be honest, Mendy's save wasn't comfortable. I've put my short corners in. Okay, I've got a video to that. Look out on my channel for that. Clinical shot corners. And we've nearly scored. And I thought it was time to bring it in to help us a little bit from set pieces. Because we're not scoring as many as what we'd... Not what we'd expect. I'm not expecting us to be free-flowing, playing a low block. So we need all the help we can with set pieces. Eze. He's got it. Matata! Oh, over the bar. We've made a really good start. We've got an injury, though, to Nathaniel Klein. Let's go Martin Kelly, just because Nathan Ferguson has been shocking in the last few weeks. Let's encourage. Worked well. Lots of green, happy faces. Okay, throw in Chelsea. Hudson-Odoi, Havertz, James. Oh, no. Pulisic, it looked offside to me. He looked well offside. It's a goal kick anyway. That was a poor header from Pulisic, and we survived. Mason Mount, free kick in a dangerous area. They've hit the bar. We should be good from set pieces. We've got a lot of big players. Okay, we've made it through to half-time. Encouraging start. Not so much for the last sort of like half an hour. We've dropped off a little bit. Can we create something? Obviously, we're missing Wilf Sahar up front, out wide. I do think going forward, maybe a 3-4-3 is maybe the way to go. Maybe even with a sitter, someone to sit in front of the back four and just allow our fullbacks. Remember, we are going low block, but when we are attacking, I want us to attack with numbers. Get in, Matata. Beautiful finish. What a pass that was from Reece Nelson. Getting into a brilliant area. Good tackle from Nelson to start with as well. McCarthy picking up the spares. Kelly with a simple pass. Nelson just coming off the flank a little bit and sliding a lovely pass into Matata. Matata has got decent pace. He's 6'3", I think, with 16 pace. Good finishing. We don't get a lot out of him in terms of work rate, which I suppose if we're playing a low block isn't the end of the world. A lot of the play is going to be beyond him before we start working hard. So maybe we can get away with not having attacking players who work hard, especially that number 9. I think we might be able to get away with it. Right, Peric. Into Mihailovic, into Eze. So we can maybe start with Eze in the midfield. So there's my 4-3-3 look. With Mihailovic sat in front, McCarthy, Eze in midfield. We can have another wide player. We can have Nelson, Zaha up front, perhaps. I think that might be the way to go. Right, Eze. Benteke's hit it. Imagine if Benteke scored. Right, here we go. Kelly. Nelson. Benteke holding up it well. Oh, just can't kick the ball though, can he? He cannot kick a ball. I thought he was just going to lay that back. McCarthy is so deadly from the edge of the area. I thought he was just going to lay it off. And he tried. He tried, bless him, but just gave it to the wrong team. And now they're in possession. Pulisic, Chilwell, cross. Abraham's there. He's hit the top of the bar, I think. We've survived again. Right, let's do some subs. Let's get Benteke off the pitch. Let's get Ayew on. And let's go Conceição on that left-hand side for Eze. Okay, we've done our 3 subs. Mason Mount, cross. Perisic, good header. Not Perisic, Peric, good header. Oh, Matata's nicked in. He's nicked the ball off Zuma. Finish, finish. He's finished it. It's 2-0, boys. 2-0 against Chelsea. This could be the end of Thomas Tuchel. Benteke getting the header in. Is he going to get an assist for that? He probably gets an assist for that. What a guy. He's obviously leaving at the end of the season. He's on a massive contract. Let's get it on defensive. I'm just going to get some instructions. More disciplined. Let's waste the time as much as we can. Run at defence off. Okay, Havertz. Mihailovic heads clear. Matata has done well. Picked up the Chelsea centre-halves and not wanting to come into that little area. Oh, God. We work hard, but some of our passing sometimes is shocking. Nelson, Jordan Ayew. A player that we're looking at keeping next year, Ayew, just because he's on 35 grand and he's quite cheap. Mitchell. Once again, maybe like can play as a backup striker. Matata has scored a hat-trick. Me saying about question marks of whether it's to sign him permanently or not, he's kind of paid that today. He's going to cost us 13.25 million. He could be a little bit of a superstar. Right. Chelsea have it. Come on, a clean sheet, boys. Clean sheet. McCarthy, good tackle. Is he going to get red carded? Never a red card in a million years, Graham Scott. He's giving him a red card. He's going to miss the next few games, which is disappointing because he has been doing a really good job for us. Right, let's just bring Ayew in there. Going to praise it because that is a tremendous performance. They've had 26 shots, boys, but I think on the balance of the game with the key highlights, I've not seen a Chelsea side that have absolutely battered us there. 57% possession, which you would expect. We've had a nice XG of 1.47. Theirs was 2.44, but once again, I don't think Matata's efforts were that difficult. He's finished very well. There he is. 16 finishing, 16 strength, 16 pace. Remember, I'm just using him as an advance forward. And because we're playing with a low block, he's not going to have to do too much pressing. What a performance for you boys. The first live cover of the series. We've absolutely smashed Chelsea. It puts us up to 8th. Now, next episode, boys, we're going to be coming back at the end of the season. We'll do the final game of the season, live com. We'll go through the players as well, who's performed, who's not. We'll also discuss which players that we're going to be saying goodbye to. Our aim for this season, I've got 2 aims. Our aim for this season is to try and get top 10. Top 10 would be good. A little bit difficult because we've got teams like Tottenham, Chelsea behind us. Tottenham are way off, to be fair. They're 12 points off us, so they may not even catch us. Teams a little bit strong, you would say. Leicester may come good. Wolves, I'll be disappointed. I think 11th at worst. Anything lower than 11th, I think we've had a disappointing end to the season. What would you class, boys? Let me know your thoughts down below. What would you class as a decent season in terms of position, where we are at? Europe, I think, is a little bit out. We're 4 points behind Leeds. You would expect Chelsea to really kick on at some point, especially if they get a new manager. My aim, I'm going to be honest, my aim for the season is to not only just try and get top half, but to break our points record. That is the aim. So Premier League, our best points ever was 91-92. Now I'm starting to think that wasn't actually the first Premier League season, but 57. In the 2000s, they've never had anything in 50 points. So 50 points, I think, will be the aim. We're 8th in the Premier League. We're over halfway there. We've only got 16. We've got 15 games to go. 16 points to get to 50 points. I think that'll be a brilliant start to the save, playing this low block. So what I am thinking of very quickly is something along these lines like this. Don't worry about the roles just yet. Something like that. Milivojevic can maybe go in there. What does he like to do? Maybe just a ball winner for him. A ball winner for him on defend. It might allow us then to play sort of like Klein as a wing back on support potentially. Something like that. Maybe an advanced playmaker. Inside wingers, inside forwards for Wilf and Eze to get up and support Matata. That's the idea. And we'll have, obviously, the 2 low blocks. We'll keep the 4-4-2 as well. I'm a little bit worried about moving away from the 4-4-2. That's done us all right. As I said 100 times, let me know your thoughts down below. And that's it, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Smash a like on today's video. That deserves a lovely like 3-0 against Chelsea. There's a sniff of Europe. All right, guys. Take care. See you later. They tell us lies and fade